Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to day one. Let's get right into things. We're gonna start off with stretching out our hips, something we usually need after sitting a lot. So, in a half kneel like me, and with your back foot relaxed or extended through the toes, we're gonna gently lunge our body forwards, and we're gonna move in and out about 10, 12 times here. Of course, if you need something for your knee here, yoga mat, pillow, if you got an ab mat, something like that, rolled up sweater or towel. If you need a little bit of love for the back knee, go for it, add it in. What we're thinking about here is just getting a nice hip stretch, maybe quad stretch depending on who you are. We're also doing a little bit of ankle mobilization here, trying to let this knee reach far in front of the toe, keeping that front heel flat. Couple more reps, and then we're gonna add a second movement to challenge this back hip, which will be a little bit more of a strength movement, okay? Nice, last one. I want you to hold this position now. You're gonna put your hands on either side of your foot, on the inside of the foot, fingertips, palms, doesn't matter to me. I'll do this today. And then we're gonna raise the back leg, straighten the knee, gently relax down, and repeat. Just like so, okay? So we're feeling a little bit of a burn and increasing fight in that back hip. We're challenging it as we're going up and down, and we're working on some active strength and mobility here. 2 more repetitions, feeling that back hip work nicely. Good, nice. Lower down with control, awesome. As we switch to our second leg, I want you to start to think about your breathing, because you're gonna hear it a lot from me in the next 4 weeks. Breathing allows your body to relax, it allows your nervous system to relax, and it's gonna allow you to access more mobility over time. It's also good as a stress reliever. So, second leg, I'm gonna lunge forward and down. I don't want this to think forwards. I actually want to think a little bit of a downward trajectory as well. I really like the back foot, to be extended through the toes. You can do whatever's comfortable for you. Breathe. Give yourself a little pause. Sometimes when we kind of jump in and out of a position too fast, we lose the ability to find the stretch. So feel free, add a little pause, think about what you're working here. 1 more repetition. Hands wherever you want. For this side, I'll show you with hands on the inside. Could be fingertips, could be palms. We're going to take a few seconds to slowly lift that knee and then use control to bring it back down. This is tough. This might be challenging for some of you. For those of you who are a little bit more flexible, these first 2 movements won't be too bad. That's okay. Let's get about 4 more leg lifts on and off the floor. Breathe, 1 more, hang on, you can do it. Try and not rest and break it up. Lock out the leg and relax. Great. Take a seat in your bum after all that hard work. We're gonna move into a position we call bear sit. From the front, if you can, you're gonna get your pinky toe all the way to your heel, resting on the outside edge of your foot, okay? We want the knees about 90 degrees bent. You can pull them backwards behind you to engage the hips, and you're gonna find a stretch through your groin, okay? From the side, what we wanna work on is keeping our spine nice and tall, okay? Keeping the head up, relaxing, breathing. And then once we have all those elements, feet, knees, spine, we wanna think about our arms as kind of dead weight. They're weighing our knees down and bringing us into a deeper passive stretch. We're gonna be here for about 30 more seconds. Our first kind of static stretch, stationary, not moving stretch. It's a great one, bear sit. Again, arms are dead weight. If it's helpful, you can kind of make fists and softly push down the legs, feeling a nice opening stretch through here. Give me 1 more deep breath. Nice. We're gonna transition right away to a cat-cow. Most people know cat-cow. We're gonna do lots of different variations in the next 4 weeks together. I need your hands underneath your shoulders, and I need your knees underneath your hips. The first repetition, let's take it really gentle. Let's probe the movement, and then from there, we're going to increase the intensity. So, start to round your spine. You can think about tucking your tailbone, pulling your belly button up towards your chin, and you're spreading your shoulder blades so that your back is rounded, upper and mid back. We're going to transition, focus on keeping the elbows straight, and we're going to start to arch the spine. From there, I want you to take your nose and your chin and pull them up. Breathe, look up, and start to reverse. Rep number 2. Think about pushing away from the floor as if the floor was concrete or mud and you could push through it. I want you to push away from the floor. Tuck that tailbone a little bit more and transition. Elbows are super strong and rigid as you arch and extend through the whole spine. Add in the head and pause for me. One last rep. We're going to round, and I want you to push away from the floor more here. I want you to round the upper back more. If you look up for a second, I want you to touch your spine towards the ceiling, and you're going to round the back to make that happen. Engage the tailbone. Elbows are straight as we transition out. One last one. Pull your chest towards the floor as we look up and arch. And begin to relax out. Nice, team. How are we feeling? Good? Okay, we're going to revisit bear sit, and this time we're going to add a shoulder movement while we hold the bear sit. So, we all know what to do now. Feet a little bit wide if you can. Feet are flat on the floor like so. They can be popped off if you need to though. Knees are bent at 9 degrees. I'm going to pull backwards a little bit to engage the hips. I want you to position that you can maintain because you're going to feel challenging, a challenge begin on the hips here. We're going to take one hand off of the leg, try and keep that knee where it is, put it behind your head. Keep the other leg where it is as you take the hand off of the leg as well. We got the hands behind the head. We call this prisoner position. Take a breath. I don't want your head to move as you lift your hands away from your head and hold. Then straighten the elbows. Reach backwards behind you. Rotate the shoulders. Palm comes to the ceiling. Softly bend the elbows. Touch your back. Keep the chest up as much as you can. We're going to reverse softly. Now, if your hips are screaming, find an easier position, okay? Number 2. What you can also do as we rotate here and bear sit is you can sit on a pillow, okay? That'll make the position a lot easier if you need to, whether for a normal bear sit or for what we're doing here. We're doing 2 more repetitions. Elbows extend, palms rotate and reach backwards, tap the low back. If this rotation is too demanding, just sit in bear sit, hang out and get used to the position. One last lift. The head doesn't move, relax the neck. Breathe as you rotate, elbows bend, touch your low back behind you, and reverse. Elbows bend, tap the head. Nice, trying to be really still from here to here through that whole sequence. Okay, next up, we're gonna do a little bit of Lat Love. Okay, lats are the large muscle group that run down the side of your body. We're gonna do a side child's pose. So, get down like this. You can prop a pillow between your legs if you need to, beneath your bum, between your heels. You're gonna breathe, relax as you bring out your arms in front of your body. And then you're gonna start to walk your arms, keep your arms straight to the side until the point where you get a nice stretch on this opening arm. You should feel it somewhere in triceps, maybe shoulders, lats. It should softly go all the way to your back, to your lower back. We want it mostly in the lats though, and you can go a little more extreme if you want to. You can stay at a gentle stretch. But make sure you're breathing, relax. That's important. Good. Softly start to relax the palms. If you can, keep your elbows mostly straight. Walk yourself to the other side. Ooh, this side, a little bit tighter for me. If you want to, you can rest the head on the floor if that feels comfortable or doable, or you just keep it up like me. Nice. And then from your long side pinky to your elbow, to your shoulder, softly push that arm outwards. And you can feel that stretch intensify if you need it. You don't have to. Couple more seconds. Couple more deep breaths. Really nice. Okay, team, we got a couple more things and then we're all done for our first day. Make your way up to standing. The first movement we're going to do, we call thoracic reachbacks. Thoracic is your upper and mid-back region. I want you guys standing, facing a direction. And what you can think about is as if you had laser pointers on your hip bones. Find your hip bones. We want those laser pointers to shoot. You should be able to see the lasers on the wall in front of you. We don't want the hips to move, and by virtue of the hips moving, the lasers move, okay? So, face a wall, keep your hips nice and square, nice and straight, bend your knees a bit, that will help. And then keeping your hips, your lasers locked down, you're gonna rotate through your upper back, mid back, and rib cage, and you're gonna reach behind you. Come back into your start position and repeat. Really reach through the elbows, reach through a flat open palm, splay the fingers. And on this last rep, I really want you to look where you're reaching. Good. Other side. Reset. Hips don't move, hips are locked down. Hips cannot change position as you rotate over the other direction. At the elbow, open palm, splayed fingers. Nice. 2, I want you to look and reach. And last one, hips do not follow. Turn through your rib cage, excuse me. Turn through your torso. Really nice. Okay, I think we're all feeling really solid here. We're gonna rock into eccentric Jefferson curl, one of my favorite movements for your spine and for your lower body flexibility. Watch for this first rep, okay? Check it out. I'm gonna stand tall. I'm going to start to bow through my neck. I'm going to tuck my chin into my chest. I'm going to round my upper back softly. I'm going to allow my hands to slide down my legs, which are straight. And then I'm going to touch my toes, fingers to the floor, knuckles or palms. I'm going to pause. I'm going to bend the knees significantly and stand tall. Okay, we're going to do 3 together now. Be gentle. Tuck the chin to the collarbone. Slide those hands down your quads, past your knees, down your shins, to whatever you can get to. Toes, fingertips, knuckles, palms. Straighten the knees there. Bend them now. Bending just makes the movement more gentle. We use our legs to get up and not our spine. But in future sessions, you and I are going to challenge our spinal strength by going back up with straight knees. Pause in your bottom position. Fight for it. Bend the knees. Last one. Nice and tall, open chest. Tuck the chin in, round the upper back, hands slide down the legs, down the shins, palms on the floor, bend the knees, stand tall. Awesome, team. I had a lot of fun with you, whether this was your morning, afternoon, or evening stretch session. I'll see you on day 2.